Let's take a look at the RtTrend and its capabilities. Then we'll take a look at some of these other. Take a look at a couple of these others. We're also, after we look at the capabilities, we'll play around with an RtTrend, see what it can do. Now the RtTrend, as you would guess, it's similar to a process book trend or the trend in DataLink. It's simply used for showing process data. So we can support a vertical orientation in addition to the traditional horizontal trend. That's just a configuration option. We also support some of the other things we support in Process Book, like being able to see values that are flagged as questionable or substituted or annotated. That's something that will show up on the RtTrend, and then from there you can take a look at what the annotation is or what the that particular attribute signifies. Now, we also have support, as we've seen already, for ad hoc trends to be used by just about any of the web parts that support any kind of live data. So in addition to the traditional trends, the RtTrend control or web part, you'll see that just about all of our live data web parts will support this ad hoc trend. And what you'll get with an ad hoc trend is a trend that's very similar to the RtTrend. Now the trend web part does support export to Excel, just like some of the other time series web parts. And there are, of course, as you would guess, dozens of configuration elements. So we'll take a look now at what an RtTrend is going to look like. So just as I've done several times before, I'm going to start by adding a web part. We'll scroll down to the RtTrend web part, and I'll go ahead and add this quickly. The RtTrend, of course, is not configured. You have to configure it to look at some data source. So first thing I'd like to do is go in here and modify this shared web part. We're going to specify either a PI tag or some other data source. So as we've discussed before, you can look for a tag using tag search, or you can simply type the name of a tag that you're familiar with. Now we'll talk again. Don't worry about this data set business. We will take a look at these alternate sources that we keep talking about soon enough. So that's how we specify the tag. We can specify how we configure the time span here. Now this is going to be saved with the RtTrend, and all the things that you're going to choose here, all the different attributes, the name of the trend. I'll call this is my test trend. You know, all these things, whether we put the scales inside the axis or not, whether we show the grids or not, these are all things that are going to be part of the configuration. Here's where we control orientation, etc. So let me go ahead and specify, or go ahead and say OK. Here's the end result. And if I am an end user, I would see it like this. Now, if you're familiar with PI Process Book, all the same functionality you may be familiar with is available here in the RtTrend. So, for example, if I move my cursor over here, I can click and drag out a trend cursor to find specific, peaks and valleys. Here, the value was 202 at that specific point in time, and if I want to drag another one, I can do that. I can also click and zoom in on a specific area of time, just like I did for the ad hoc trends.